Dearest heart friends, I would speak to you of the work of angels, of the radiance of God that manifests through their caring beneficence to life. An answer to prayer, song, praise, and oneness of the devoted hearts upon earth who understand the dynamics of divine intercession, the mediatorship of the saints robed in white, of the angelic choirs, and of those beings who answer God's call to deliver light, protection, grace, and healing love to humanity. If you could witness, blessed ones, the many miracles that have ensued as our legions of light enter your world tangibly and answer prayer in a very direct and appropriate way, you would be amazed at the specificity of the light as it manifests in direct proportion to the grace of the Holy Spirit sent to deliver souls in order for them to make amends and to again enter into union with the one light, the very presence of the living God in their midst. The ways in which the angelic hierarchies intercede as the stars of heaven itself. For you see, in each and every case, there is the exactitude of the blessing and the bestowal that is allowed, that is conveyed through the mercy of heaven, through that which the Lord God sees as an investment within his children, for them to move beyond the constraints of limitation and darkness and fully into the light of their presence, of their godhood, their God-directed life. The miracles that have ensued this very day in answer to your songs and prayers unto my heart and the heart of God have been tremendous. and the softening of hearts that you have called forth has indeed occurred on the inner, as some see the requirement to go within, to bend the knee, to make amends, to improve, and to lead a more godly life, as the angels have inspired upon their hearts many missives from heavenly friends and benefactors. The healing that ensues during the giving of your rosaries, blessed ones, often occurs at subtle levels of consciousness. And yet it is often within this subtlety that the greatest transformation occurs at the deepest levels of being. For much is hidden within the subconscious that continues to burden souls. And it is as if they know not what is acting within their world that keeps them bound to a sense of self-abnegation, of lack, of being the sinner, the lowly one. We have already conveyed unto you that the time to focus upon the lower elements and aspects of your being are long gone. For the time is ripe for you to ascend in awareness, to perceive with new eyes the higher reality of heaven, with its richness of graces and blessings. It is high time for many to know that God has always been a generous Father, Mother, so giving, and the offering of every good and perfect thing that you require for a loving and abundant life. And if mankind could embrace this one understanding that the Lord of the universe has created you within that perfect, immaculate image, and that it is only through your accepting of something less that you go out of the way and feel bereft of light and love and of the spiritual fire and integrity that you now deem as essential for you to make greater progress. Then this shift in awareness will bring you to a new fruit of self-realization, a time where your presence bestows an ever greater and increasing radiance and light in your world, for you to feel the nurturing and nourishing aspects of the Mother's love for you and within you. Be healed this day, O soul, of any past sense of dissonance, darkness, despair, despondency, and of that which the devil, deified evil, has at times almost incarnated within your awareness, your being. You can be an incarnation of light when you focus upon the Divine One, upon the Sacred Heart of Jesus, my Immaculate Heart, and the very vital and living presence of the saints robed in white in your midst. Truly you can make that leap in awareness beyond the veil into the holy city's radiant field of pure beingness, where your joy will increase and nevermore will you feel the shadowed aspects of yourself, the nihilism that has beset your awareness, the sense that you are separate from God in any way. This messenger has received a number of healing requests from those who have felt beset by entities, demons, who taunt them day and night. And by the grace of God and the healing dispensation that I bring this day, I clear these from the midst of those within this movement. Permanently, if you will accept this grace today and move on and nevermore reclaim the presence of these dark spirits in your midst, blessed ones. You see, what you focus upon, you magnetize unto you. What you accept into your consciousness, your auric field, becomes real for you, even though within the greater totality of God's being, it is unreal. Therefore, shift into the new consciousness of this reality of light and only light within your world, your heart, your mind, your soul. And accept once and for all that God is real within you, that you have the living fire of eternality burning right deep within that secret chamber of your heart. That you may know this, that you may feel this, that you may intuit through this radiance all the essentials of your life, your mission, your path. And we will be there anytime that you call to us to instantaneously augment this reality that you accept now as your new norm and standard. For it is our privilege, our right, and our joy to shine forth this light within your world, blessed ones. It is our sacred work and charge from the Almighty to continuously bless those who would have us in their midst. Through acceptance, through prayer, through simply being in alignment with that one light. I come this day because some of you have implored for a miracle to manifest in your life, because you are tired, humanly tired, of dealing with these seeming limitations and constraints upon your awareness. It is a new day. It is a new hour for a new life. And each hour of your new life you choose how much you will invest yourself through your free will experience in this new reality that is now all around you and within you by your conscious choice through God's grace. Now, if you can imagine and accept this new reality, and then utilize this awareness to also accept it on behalf of hundreds and thousands and even millions upon earth, think what this new earth will be in the twinkling of an eye as God, through many angelic choirs, intercedes here, there, and everywhere upon this sphere to bring about the miraculous new world that you have envisioned at some level of your being and awareness. When you make this vision front and center in your life, and you see yourself as a dynamic arbiter on behalf of thousands and millions, for this dynamic to be realized within self and then accepted into a greater reality on behalf of the many, we employ many more angels from so many bands and choirs, dearest ones, that I say we will be very busy in coming days, weeks, and months upon and within the earth. We are not called enough to in this hour, for many ignore us or do not know outwardly of our existence and our sacred work. Yet for those who believe in us, accept the reality of angels, there is a grace, a magnificence, a joy, a radiance that occurs through that instantaneous acceptance of the possibility for a miracle to manifest, for intercession to occur, for grace to be bestowed, for healing, even at the physical level of your beings, to occur. Think of a child and how that one, having heard many fairy tales, accepts so much more of what is heavenly, beautiful, almost indescribable, of the quintessences and graces of heaven. Well, I say return to that childlike state of innocence, of surrender to perfection, to joy and to your heart. Then you will know what it feels like again to have your burdens removed and to live a carefree life without the burdens of having to so-called make a living. Your life is within you. God has given it to you. How can you make a life or a living? It is already yours. Therefore, let go of all sense of burden, suffering, lack, and accept a new sense of heaven's offering of grace, of abundance. When you shift into this state of being in acceptance, many angels will find ways to bring you the blessings that are due you. As you give and offer your gifts, your talents, your devotions, your tithes. Now, one quick word on the tithe, blessed ones. When you pre-tithe what you require to meet certain expenses, it sets in motion an immediate grace to be yours, and an angel is assigned to magically bring you the multiplication of the amount that you have tithed times 10 as quickly as possible into your life. An angel is assigned to every gracious tither to perform this alchemy for you. You may not have thought of it as such in the past, and yet I aver that it is true. For it is the law, and the law is carried out at God's directed will by this very angel. The more you give, the more that angel will work for you. The quicker you tithe of what you have received, the quicker you will receive the blessing at the hand of this angel. Therefore, don't dally when you receive anything from any source. As a joyful giver, give quickly, and then the angel will perform that alchemy for you so joyfully and quickly that you will be amazed at how instantaneous the result will be in your life. Many of you know this, for you have proven the law. And yet some still feel attached to the abundance that they have so-called earned. All abundance is God's, blessed ones. You claim it through your givingness and your job and the blessings that have come into your life through your parents and other benefactors. If you are truly unattached to your earnings, your blessings will increase. Now back to the original theme of my coming. As many angels gather around about each of you in coming days in preparation for your summer solstice, Meru University event, and youth retreat, recognize and affirm their reality in your midst. Acknowledge the gifts, the miracles, the alchemies that they bring. Thank them, for your gratitude will put a smile on their faces. All of heaven will be lit up through the angels' glory and radiance. and greater alchemies will be set in motion for greater bestowals, boons, blessings to occur, in greater circles of correspondence, as heart friends touch the lives of others, and those others in turn touch the lives of many more. You have heard of the term viral, and the way in which a thought form, a message, a video is shared throughout the world. Well, blessed ones, some are good and some are not so good in their messages. We see the positive, magnanimous messages being more of a spiral than a viral one. And these circles and spirals of light find their way unto many more when they are sent forth as a missive of love, victory, and abundance through your heart shared with others. If you truly desire this movement to grow, be invested in spiraling light here, there, and everywhere, and seeing the circles, touching many more, increasing in dimension, radiance, and light. And through these spirals that are truly, deliciously viral in the highest sense, you will see all the essentials manifest within the greater totality of your collective lives. You will witness the miracles of God flowing and growing and bestowing in your midst. So many alchemical matrices that even a few months and years from now, you will be amazed at what has transpired, set in motion by the spiral of your being as a spire of light for God. Every heart stream delivered within this movement is a miracle, and as a result of a dispensation that comes through the givingness of heart friends who pray, who sacrifice, who give. We could not have released so many blessed ones unto you in these 10 years had it not been first for David's surrender and sacrifice, and then for many of you who have come to have stepped up and offered your lives, your fortunes, your time, your energies to God through your givingness. And for that, the angels of heaven, the choirs that we direct, applaud you, thank you, are grateful to you, each one, for the godly life that you already live and lead, and for the more godly life that you will from this day forward accept and manifest in a higher spiral of pure beingness. The animation of your visuals has created quite a stir in certain retreats of the universal White Brotherhood. And you would also be amazed to see how spiritual light is sent forth from these divine laboratories into and within these visuals to elicit greater joy, connectivity, radiance, and the victorious sense within you, who capture them within your third eye through your eye magic, your imagination. We thank again the Creative Arts team, sponsored by Paul the Venetian, for what you have created and will continue to co-create with him and other artisans of the Spirit to bring what used to be called motion pictures, which are now more of divine archetypal thought forms, engrams, into the physical dimension to be viewed by you and many others as the new reality that you are co-creating with God in your midst. You could even have a future Mayer University class on visuals, thought forms, divine imagery, its effects upon consciousness, the soul, the heart, the being, and how one and all may utilize these within your spiritual work to co-create the new world that you are together imagining into existence as a young child does each day, dreaming that reality into manifestation through a joyous heart, an enlivened consciousness, a pure and undefiled and aromatic soulfulness. You do not have to wait for David to give you the syllabus. Co-create it yourselves. Invite him to speak on behalf of Cyclopeia, to give you a little bit more of heaven's understanding. And just the sharing of many of your co-creations, as was done by Tom Miller with assistance from 2 other saints upon earth, will give pause for many to realize just how magnanimous this movement and many of you as artisans have been to the world through what you have offered free of charge through your website, your events, your classes. This is a study in truth, a study in reality, aspects of the green and emerald rays, blessed ones, the ray upon which Raphael and I serve. You see, you co-create that reality every moment by what you perceive, focus upon, and accept into manifestation through the magic of that third eye that God has given you as a center point between your brows, above your eyes, for this new world to be realized. Your third eye is your real eye, through which you realize God's being within you If you desire, blessed ones, since your service now is on Wednesday mornings, I will come as often as is possible. And I encourage others, besides the 6 of you males here today, to come. For the more that do, the more light I may release. And there may be, I say, greater healings for you and for others. It was even David's desire, when he knew that I was coming this morning, that somehow, like the visionaries of Medjugorje, he could be there for me daily at a certain hour, having given the rosary and songs of praise to me and to God, that I would convey a daily message for humanity. It may or may not be so quickly, and yet, blessed hearts, if there is consecration, dedication, offering, and a vehicle through which this matrix could come into manifestation, it could be so. We do not desire to burden any of you by requests or directives. That are humanly nearly impossible to fulfill. And yet imagine the joy, the wonderment, the blessing, the light that could come when some are so dedicated as to be there daily, and their witness to the truth, the light, the way, to the aroma of the saints in their midst, to the blessings of God that come through the devotional hearts upturned to their source. Livingston could be a new Fatima. Edgar Casey, whom I sponsored and appeared to, proclaimed that it would be the breadbasket to the world. It is for you to determine what type of breadbasket, blessed hearts. And if you desire greater food for humanity and the bread of life offered freely to all, you may make it so through your consecrated hearts, through the love fires of God that burn within you. You see, a little time daily brings about much of heaven's offerings. What is a half hour of prayer within a 24-hour period? Is it too much for a soul to bear, to receive the visitation of an archaea? You determine your life and heaven's grace by your choices. You have a pure vehicle and messenger in your midst through whom I can convey progressive teaching and love. How will you utilize the few short years left of this one in your midst for the greatest of heaven's blessings to be given to your planet? He is willing. Are you willing? I leave this message with you and lock it within your heart for you to consider. Yes, I have other vehicles through whom I appear and speak, who are true to my heart, who love God with their entire being, and also sacrifice to be there for me. The field truly is white for the harvest, and yet the servitors are few. Pax vobiscum. Peace be with you all, my blessed hearts, my lovely roses.